Jerry is a 58-year-old suffering from panic disorder. His first attack occurred within the past year. He experienced terrifying symptoms of shortness of breath, faintness, heart palpitations, sweating, nausea, fear of dying, and fear of going crazy. The attacks sometimes struck 2 or 3 times on certain days for no apparent reason, and each one lasted 3 to 5 minutes. As Jerry says on the tape, he knew it was something mental.
Can you tell me a bit about what it was that brought you to the clinic?
Well, doctor, after the first of the year, I started getting these panic attacks. I didn't know what a panic attack was.
What was it that you experienced?
The heart beating, racing, for one thing.
Your heart started to race on you.
And then I couldn't be in one place, maybe a movie or a church. Things would be, would be closing in on me, and I'd have to get up and leave.
The first time that it happened to you, can you remember that?
Yes, I was...
Take me through that, what you experienced.
Driving on interstate, and I might have been on maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and all of a sudden I got this fear. I started to perspire, my heart started to race.
So you noticed you were frightened, your heart was racing, and you were perspiring. What else?
Perspiring, and I was afraid of driving anymore on that interstate for the fear that I would either pull into a car head on. So I just couldn't function. I just couldn't drive.
What did you do?
I pulled, the nearest exit, I just got off at the interstate and stopped. And I've never experienced anything like that before.
That was just
out of the clear blue.
Last year?
Yes, sir. And
out of the clear blue. And what did you think was going on?
I had no idea.
You just knew you were...
I thought maybe I was having a heart attack.
Okay.
Because I had
the heart was racing.
The racing, and I was feeling faint, and I thought I was having a heart attack. And I had a dental appointment, and when I got there, they took my blood pressure. I don't know. They did it then. They normally don't do that. And she says, "Boy, your blood pressure is sky high."
It was.
And but I didn't tell her what the situation. But that's the first time I've ever encountered something.
How long did it last when you had the symptoms?
I'd say it lasted about approximately 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay. And you thought maybe you were having a heart attack.
Yes.
Did you go see somebody?
No, I just not then. I kept this all to myself. My wife didn't even know that I had these symptoms.
Is that the kind of person you are? You keep things to yourself?
Yes. Okay. Well, the reason for that, doctor, when we drove back to Minnesota, I had the same problem.
It's happened again?
Yes, quite a few times.
Okay, well, I want you to tell us about that. First time, you kept it to yourself, and then what happened after that?
Well, driving back is when it hit me.
Okay, second time.
Second time, and
how long after the first time was that?
It was, I'd say, a couple months.
A couple of months later.
And she asked me what was wrong. I told her I was sick. My stomach.
You were driving with your wife in the car?
Yes, my wife. And, I asked her if she would drive back. And and she drove back. I think maybe I drove maybe 40 miles at the most. And
the whole trip?
Yes, sir.
Minnesota.
From Minnesota. And like I say, it's just recently that I told her that I was having these symptoms. And but it's just out of a clear blue. You start to shake.
Start to shake.
And
what else happens? Heart
fear.
Races. Fear. What's the fear like? Can you tell us about that?
It's like it's just suppose you're on a plane and it's going to crash. That's the fear you get.
Tense fear.
Very, very tense.
Do you think you're going to die?
Yes,
You do.
You do. And you have to either get out of the car or pull over and just let it ride.